Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. I think it's marvelous that I'm standing here. Anytime that I've been asked to talk about myself, I've always found it very difficult to do. I have been described by friends and family as being quite introverted. By that I simply mean that I spend a lot of time inside my own head. I do and have functioned very well in the outside world, and I've had many successes in life. I've achieved many things. But I find most of my solace and my truth comes right by focusing inward. If my life of 65 years could be contained within 4 walls, a fly in one of those walls may describe me as moody, brooding, withdrawn, sort of a loner. I spent most of my life on the road as a long-distance truck driver, and one of the things I appreciated the most about the job was the solitude and the hours and hours I could go inside myself as the countryside drifted by. So it should be no surprise that not long ago, I would not have been standing in front of a group of people talking about myself. But here I am today, talking to you now. So what has changed? Well, the first thing that comes to mind is that I'm older. And now with age comes an awareness that we don't have to be perfect. We don't have to impress or delight. It is much more important to be oneself. As I have gotten older, I have become more comfortable with myself. And that fact helps a great deal when confronted with taking personal risk. It is now more just about putting myself out there and letting the chips fall than it is about trying to make a good first impression. The second thing is that when I turned 50, I decided to start my own trucking business. In my early 30s, I had found myself single again, and an opportunity arose to attend university. So I did that. I went for 5 years to the University of Calgary and studied economics and political science. So now at 50, I wanted a real opportunity to put some of the techniques and theories I had learned to practical use. How did I fit this in with what I'm talking about, or what I was talking about earlier? Well, the company grew, and with growth came employees. I found myself putting on presentations at sales meetings, drivers meetings, and as we got bigger, the business drew me out of myself and forced me to open up. It forced me to recognize that it's something valuable to offer others. Over the 12 years, our company grew to 42 employees, and with an annual payroll of approximately $1.75 to $2 million. So those are the broad strokes, spanning the last 15 years of my life. I have a partner of 28 years whom I met at the University of Calgary in 1988. Gwen has been my rock and has helped me through some extremely troubling times. The second part of my little presentation is I'd just like to tell you about cats. I'm a cat lover. I am a cat lover. I have had cats in my life since I was very young, growing up on a farm in north central Alberta. During the many long winter nights, TC, my first cat, would crawl up inside my nightshirt, put his little head right through my neck area, and put his head on the top as we both huddled inside the sleeping bag on our old army cot. We did not get electricity on the farm until I was about 9 years old. So during those early years, the only source of heat was wood and coal. At night, the house got very cold. In the morning, it was not uncommon to see your breath in the morning air. TC and I kept each other as warm as possible, and over the years, I became more and more intrigued by the strength and conviction of a cat's character. In 1997, the year Gwenna and I bought our condominium in Victoria, we met 2 kittens who we brought home. We named them Mocha and Java. They were with us for almost 17 years. When we lost them in 2014, it was the hardest time in the 28 years that we had been together. I know that Gwenna has not to this day gotten over the loss of those two beautiful souls. Today I have a new cat, whose name is Finnegan. He's a funny fellow, and as cats go, he would not win a beauty contest. But his nature is maybe the most endearing I have ever experienced. I fell in love with him the day we brought him home from the SPCA. At this juncture in my life, I have taken up online trading. Finnegan is a year old now, and one of my favorite times is in the early morning, when he wakes me at 5:30 and wants to be fed. I get up and I feed him. I then fire up the computer and get ready for the markets to open while Finnegan climbs up on the perch that I made him at my office window. I turn on some soft music, prepare my charts for trading while Finn settles in. As I write these words that I'm presenting to you now, Finn is asleep on his perch. To close, I would just say that as an introvert and someone who has struggled over the years with many personal demons, cats have given me a place to go. A place that is safe and without judgment. Sorry. My cat Finnegan, like all the others before him, allows the child within me to resurface, if only for a brief moment. These are the moments